On this edition of Sports Card ASMR, we are going to price these two packs of cards. Of course, we're going to open them too. And we're going to see which one of these cards, the 1992 score or the 1993 flair, will come out the winner. Welcome to another edition of Sports Card ASMR. This is the channel that combines sports card nostalgia and ASMR relaxation. Me, am the sports card doctor, and I'm very happy that you are here today. So happy that I'm going to make this offer to you. That's right. I want you to consider subscribing to the channel, and if you do, you will get to be able to support this channel as it continues to slowly grow. Don't forget to leave us a like, comment, hype the video, tell your friends about us. Leave a super thanks if you want to support. We appreciate you here, hanging out with us. Since we are going to be opening up these cards and pricing them, we need a price guide. And we're going back to one of our favorites here. This is the March 1994 Beckett Baseball Monthly with Juan Gonzalez on the cover here. Issue 108. On the back was Cleveland star Kenny Lofton, a star performer here. So there we go. Let me wide out my shot again. I have to keep doing that, don't I? There we go. That's about as wide as we'll get. Let's see what's inside. I know we used this one before, but it was a while ago, so I don't remember what's in here. Roberto Alamo. And those Fleer Ultra X-Men cards right there. Those would be fun to open. There's Kenny. Right in the height of his powers there. Mid-90s. Advertisement for the Ted Williams cards coming spring of '94. We've opened up these before on the channel, and I actually really like this brand. I'd love to get my hands on some more of those. All right. Little look at the 94 cards here. Look at that Jack McDowell, Black Jack McDowell art there from 1994. Love it. Let's go ahead and read from the weather report, the hot and cold from March 1994. Hot. Number 1, Frank Thomas, Ken Griffey Jr., Mike Piazza, Nolan Ryan, Juan Gonzalez, Barry Bonds, Tim Salmon, Paul Molitor, David Justice, Cliff Floyd, all of 1993 Topps finest, Lenny Dykstra, Cal Ripken Jr., George Brett, John Olerud, Fred McGriff, Ryan Sandberg, Joe Carter, Donnie Baseball himself, Don Mattingly, all of 1993 Flair. Be Fair to Flair, Kirby Puckett, Aaron Seeley, Will Nuschler Clark, Roberto Alomar, Albert Bell, J.T. Snow, Ron Gant, Carlos Baerga, Jack McDowell, or Kirk Reeder. Cold from that same era, Jose Canseco, Darryl Strawberry, Bo Jackson, J.T. Snow, Eric Davis, Mark McGuire, but not for long, Ricky Anderson, Pete Rose, Frank Thomas, and Kevin No Moss. There we go. That is your hot and cold from March of 1994. exhibition calendar here. We're going to ask a very important question. Were you in Gary, Indiana on March 4th, 1994 at JT's Thank God It's Friday show at Indiana University up there on Broadway? Did you contact Jason for a table, or did you get a ticket to go to the show in Gary, Indiana, March 4th? Let us know down below. And yes, we will require proof. Here we go. A highlight of Carlton Fisk, aka Pudge, the original Pudge. No disrespect to Irod Pudge Rodriguez. When it comes to Shaq, we don't fake the funk. Good to know. Good to know. A little spotlight on the Fleer Star stickers. We love opening those here and peeling those stickers. Got my guy Gary there from 1981 and an 86 Conseco. That's great. March birthdays. Happy birthday to Glenn Allen Hill. Up and coming Ryan Klesko article there. And some nice Connie Mack art that we've all been waiting for. Alright. Interesting bucket. Like I said, I know we used it before, but not for this. Alright. 2 packs have entered the battle arena. We're going to open these packs and price them. Let's do it. Let's get right into this. 1992 Major League Baseball score. Autographed Joe DiMaggio cards in there. This is Series 1, 16 player cards per pack. We have 15 in this one, so I'd love to come away with 6, maybe even 7 cards to price. Let's see. Score. Sometimes I even forget what 1992 score looks like, but now I remember. All right, we're into the pack. Paul O'Neill. Jim Acker, do you like beards and relief pitchers? He's your guy. Bill Dorn with the Reds. He was traded over from the Astros. Ivan Calderon, it was also his birthday in March. Chris Nabholz. Danny Tartable there, slugger with the cool Oakleys. Chris Carpenter, Scott Lewis, Roy Smith, Storm Davis, Darrell Boston, Shane Mack, Mark Salas, still catching, Jose Melendez, Dean Palmer, and Chito Martinez. Prospects. Well, okay. 1992 score not looking good here. Let's see what cards we should consider pricing in this pack. Definitely consider Paul O'Neill. Maybe Calderon. Definitely Danny Tartable. Again, we're looking at March 1994 prices on 92 cards. Possibly Storm Davis. He was at the end of his career there, but maybe Shane Mack. Definitely not Mark Salas. Jose Melendez just on the rookie prospect. So definitely Dean Palmer. I think that's actually going to be a good card. And Chito Martinez. Do not have much of a memory of Chito there, but he did take some swings in the major leagues. Actually had 13 home runs in 1991 there. So, okay. Yeah, these ones are just going to be commons, I fear. Not a great pack for 1992 score, I'll tell you that much. We're going to hope that for score's sake that these rookie prospect cards have a little bit of value there. Storm's going to be a common, I'm pretty sure about that, but it's at least a name. Same with Calderon. 5, 6, 7. Alright, 7 cards. Oh gosh, I just accidentally said 6, 7. Oh my god, okay. Alright, that's 7 cards that we hope will amount to 50 cents. Well, let's get into this 1993 Fleer. Not Flair, not Ric Flair, but Fleer 93. 15 cards. Like, we're in a situation where there could be, if we pull a superstar card, we might do the all or nothing 1 card against a pack here. But could be a bad pack for 93 Flair too. I'm just going to get right into it today. Man, this is stuck. I should say this pack was sent to us as part of a box from our good friend Candlestick Mick. Go ahead and check out any links he put in the last video like I asked him to. Did you follow orders, Mick? I don't know. I recorded this before that came out. If you'd like to send the Sports Card Doctor something, there is an address down below. Alright, look at that. Tightly wound pack. Let's get into some 1993 Fleer here. Will Cordero. I just like this. I think they're simple. Not the greatest design in sports card history, but for this era, we had kind of moved from a 92 with this kind of busy, a lot of colors, those kind of things, to this just, hey, this is our regular set of cards. Super glossy. There we go. Like Will Cordero. Sam Mettello, former Yankee prospect that did not last long, like 1 game. Jeff Fry, great shot, love that, sliding over Tartable, right? Terry Jorgensen, well, Wilson Alvarez, it's a good card to price. We got ourselves a Kurt Schilling early on, so we'll price that. John Vanderwall, okay. Sean Dunston, good card there, but not a lot of value, I don't think. We've got Vince Horseman, one of the 4 horsemen, I think, along with Tully Blanchard. Sandy Alomar Jr., we'll price that one. We got Ricky Bones, Don Slott. We love our Don Slots. I should start holding on to Don Slott. You know, we're going to do that. Don Slott's going to go into our Legends cards. Casey Kendall, Sid Bream, there we go, Breaking Hearts in Pittsburgh, and John Doherty. Well, okay. In a stunning series of events, this pack of 1992 score junk has a shot against this 1993 Fleer. Let's see what we'll be pricing. Will Cordero, yes. Mettello, I don't think so. Fry, no. Jorgensen, no. Wilson Alvarez, yes. Schilling, yes. Vanderwall, no. Dunston, maybe. Horseman, no. Alomar, yes. Bones, maybe. Don Slott, no. Casey Kendall, no. Bream, no. John Doherty, this is like some rookie, it's a rookie card. It's possible. Let's see how many cards we pulled aside here. Alright, tell you what, to make it even, 7 cards, we'll take this Doherty rookie. The reason I do that is, while the name didn't stand up to time, if it's a rookie card during this era and we're using a price guide from said era, could have some value. So there we go. Which is why this Schilling might not be as valuable as we think. So there's, I tell you what, it's going to be an interesting matchup. Interesting matchup. All right, let's get back to it. Flipping through the height of the junk wax era, which is our truly our sweet spot. Look at that 91 Bowman Sam Metellus, the cover card. He had a lot going for him, and then I really think it was like one game, short stint maybe. And he was done. Okay, 1992 Flair, and we got 1992 score. All right. Let's do this as always. We got our handy dandy calculator. And we're going to mark this all down here on the handy dandy clipboard of fate. 92 score versus 93 Flair. Almost bent in the middle. That's natural. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this here. Let's start out with 1992 score on a 1994 price guide. Jose Melendez, 1992 rookie prospect for the San Diego Padres. Let's see what we got here. Card number 397. Not listed. Oh, I should check. Common cards here. 4 cents. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. But rookie prospects. Oh, hold the phone. Rookie prospect commons in this number range. 5 cents. So this Jose Melendez is a common, but he's a 5-cent common. We're off and running. Next up, we got this Cheeto Martinez. After I film this, I'm definitely going to go to baseballreference.com to see how long Cheeto played. I almost have no memory of him. Crazy. All right, number 400 in the set. Not listed, but he is in that number range to be a 5-cent common. Storm Davis. I think we're looking at a common for sure, but Storm at one point was one of the best starting pitchers in the game, though he was playing for the Oakland A's at their peak at late 80s run, so he was the beneficiary of a big offense behind him. But even with the Orioles in the mid-80s, good reputation as a solid pitcher. Winding down his career here, 264. Just to confirm, he is a common, so that is 4 cents there. All right, Alvin Calderon. Ivan's going to be a common too, I'm sure, but I always liked him. He was a slugging outfielder for the Expos and the White Sox there. Mariners came up with them in the early 80s, so a solid player from a bygone era that's going to be overlooked because the stats don't seem like much. Let's see what we got here, 83. As expected, a common, but sometimes, it's just about putting respect on these players' names, these classic players. All right, next up we got Paul O'Neill here. Paul O'Neill, one of my favorite Yankees, but this is when he was still a Cincinnati Redleg. Not quite the superstar, but he played for a few years to maybe have some value here. Get traded for Roberto Kelly, and the Yankees' fortunes would change, as would O'Neill's. Card number 57. as expected, a common as well for Paul O'Neill. Alright, not looking good for score, but it's not looking good for Fleer. Danny Tartable, 92 score, would sign with the Yankees. Definitely an all-star, kind of superstar slugger at the time here, even though that didn't necessarily last. And card number 145 in the set. Okay, common. Kind of surprised at that one a little bit. A little bit. Surprised at that one a little bit indeed. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. It's down to Dean Palmer. Is this just going to be more than a common fest? Dean Palmer, third base, left field. This is probably not a rookie card because he got his first cup of coffee in '89. And I remember a bunch of cards there during that era. Bought 15 home runs in 1991. He was off and running. And he had some good years for the Rangers there. Card number 392. He is listed, Dean Palmer, 20 cents. Dean Palmer breaking through. Dean Palmer. 20 cents there indeed. All right. As we always like to do, we do not make any errors. I'm so confident that I did not make any errors. I would check Roy Smith just because he might have been an up and no. Carpenter, maybe. No, wrong one. Chris Nalboltz, no. Prospecty kind of guy, no. Yeah, we didn't make, this was a pack of commons, which sounds like a Netflix series that you forget's on. All right, Dean Palmer, it is, so let's add this up. Let's see what we got here. Remember when I joked about it being a 50-cent pack? Well, 46, not counting the commons, of course, but 46 cents for 1992 score. All right, this is going to be close. I'm telling you, it's going to be close. There we have it, 1993 Fleer. Got the common players, 5 cents all the way through. We have Series 1 here. Semi-stars, 10 cents, unlisted. That could cause a little bit of a problem there. But for the most part, I'm going to call them all commons here. All right, first up, we've got John Doherty. I barely remember him. He did make the majors. Rookie cards, sometimes Doherty. Sometimes, you get these names that you don't remember, but in the era, they might have had some value. So that's what we're looking at here today. Number 226 in the set. Nope, that is a common, a 5-cent common right there. Okay. Ricky Bones. Ricky Bones. He'd have a pitch in here for, well, no, this kind of little come up Padres, Brewers, yeah, early in his career here. 247, serviceable pitcher during this era. And a common as well. All right, Sandy Alomar Jr., Rookie of the Year, name value, one of the best catchers in the game. That's a good back of a card. I like that. But is there any value on the catcher here? 212 in the set, 211, 213. That is a common as well. Alright, but Fleer is benefiting from the 1 cent more price on the common here. This is a close matchup. Sean Dunston here, 19 with the Cubbies. Alright. We got ourselves Ryan Sandberg. Yeah, no. As expected. Wasn't expecting much there. but popular in this era. He absolutely was. All right, now we're moving up to some name values, but again, we do have the, we're in March of '94, so the '93 Phillies are a team we know of now, and Schilling had some name value from that season, but he's not the Schilling that we would know later on. So 108. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at that, but that's a common. All right, what's fascinating is Dean Palmer might be the win here. Dean Palmer might be the guy. Here's Will Cordero, Expos. He'd be an all-star, one of the Expos' great players during this era, even though his name might not be remembered as much. Number 73 in the set here. We got Tim Laker, but we do not have Will Cordero. Okay, we're at 30 cents. This is wow. This is why I love doing this. This is why they play the games. This is why you play the game on the field here. All right, Wilson Alvarez right here. One of the young future star pitchers in the league at the time. Came up in '89 with the Rangers at like 19 years of age. Threw a no-hitter, but injuries kind of sidetracked him, but there's still hope on the name. Can he beat 20 cents from Dean Palmer? $1.99 in the set. $1.99 in the set. And oh, doctor, he's not there. Goes from John Valentin to Tim Salmon to Frank Thomas. Wilson Alvarez is a common. Gotta tell you, I'm a little shocked. A little shocked at that. So that is what did I say was that here? Wow. One of our most tense battles, but one of our lowest price battles. Now, did I make mistakes? Did I make mistakes on the behalf of '93 Flair? Sid Bream, I mean, no, there's no way I made a mistake on that. There's no way Sid Bream. Yeah, he's not listed. Casey Kendall, there's just no way. Absolutely not. Don Slott, a future sports card ASMR legend here. No, not listed. Now, this kid here, Vince Horseman, does he have any prospect status? Any prospect status? Oh, I thought for a second he was there. Nope. Vince Horseman is squished between Ricky Henderson and Mark McGuire, 294 and 296, and he is 295. John Vanderwall, pinch hitter extraordinaire. No one's paying for pinch hitters, no. Tim Jorgensen, the future Gary Gaetti. Did anyone have him on his list? No. Jeff Fry, I mean, name value. No. And then finally, Sam Militello. I could have messed up with this. We got Don Mattingly, Bob Wickman, and no. Sam Militello, not featured. All right. Well, that's it. We have a winner. And to my surprise, but this is why we love doing this, 1992 score is the winner over 1993 Flair. I keep saying Flair because I'm thinking of Ric Flair winning the Royal Rumble. 1992 score is the winner. There you go. Fascinating cards in terms of a time capsule, but no cards of real value now. But that's okay. There you go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time here on the old Sports Card ASMR.